Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your Tuesday night pub quizzle with me, your host, Ali B. This week, quizzing has been trending. I don't know if any of you watched ITV's quiz last night about the cheating scandal on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire quite a few years ago now. I watched it, was absolutely great. Anyone who's wanting to watch part 2 tonight, do not worry. I will make sure that we are finished and ready for 9 p.m. And for everyone else, I won't give anything away. But as I always say, tonight you will be marking your own answers. So unlike those on that show, no cheating or coughing this evening. So what do we need this evening to play? All you need is a pen and paper, or maybe a pencil. I have been having chats about whether I should up the tech on this and have maybe, an app or something that you can submit your answers. But I've also been reading about how using a pen and paper ups your cognitive function, actually writing something down. So I'm doing that tonight for you, ladies and gentlemen. We are actually going to write something down. And apart from the device you're using to listen to me, you can put your phones down and not worry about that. So how do we play this evening? For those of you that are new to the Quizzle tonight, we will have 6 rounds of 15 questions. So yeah, pure quizzing tonight. And all you will need to do is answer those 15 questions. At the end of round 3, we will go through the answers for the first half. You will mark your own, and then we will go through the 4, 5, and 6 and answers for the second half of the quiz at the end. Now, let's have a look at our rounds for this evening, the 6 that we will have. So round 1 will be TV and theatre. Round 2 will be music. Round 3 this week is not going to be an audio round, a little bit of a change. We are going to be at the airport. So what does that mean? You are going to have to identify the airport codes, the IATA airport codes. I know many of you are very global, so we'll see how you get on with that. Last week we were doing languages. This week we're at the airport. Then, as I say, we'll have our answers. Round 4 is potluck, the random trivia that is in Ali B's mind. So that is what that round is, just all sorts of random facts. Round 5, the human body, for something a bit different. And finally, our picture round is going to be dingbats. Now, for those of you who don't have the dingbats game or have never played dingbats, it's also a little bit like catchphrase, if any of you used to enjoy watching that TV quiz show. You'll have a visual clue and you will have to guess what the catchphrase or the expression is that you are seeing in that visual clue. Don't worry, I will do a little bit of an example at the start so you can get the hang of things, but that is going to be your round 6 picture round tonight. Now, I am telling you the rounds in advance because although we have 6 rounds of 15 questions, which totals 90 points, the twist in the tail, as I say each week, is that you have a joker that you may play once and once only during the quiz on a particular round. You must declare at the start of the round that you are going to play your joker, and that will enable you to double your points in that round. So a tactical play. Have a look at the rounds that are there tonight. What is your specialist subject? Where are you going to maximise your points? Because as we know, those quizzing bragging rights are important. Last week, ladies and gentlemen, we had a score that I was alerted to on Twitter of 94 out of 105. This is quizzing Titan level. Okay, so that is your score to beat if you can. We have some new rounds, so let's see how we go this evening. I will remind you at the start of each round about whether you want to play your joker. So without further ado, so we can get to quiz on ITV at 9 p.m. Your first round this evening, which is TV and theatre. If you would like to be bold and play your joker on the first round tonight, please do declare if you're playing as a team together in the living room against your neighbours, if you're playing against one another in the living room. Hey, perhaps you're playing completely solo, fully support that too. However you're playing, if you would like to play your joker for round 1, do declare. And your first question for this evening for round 1 is, who currently presents This Morning with Philip Schofield? Who currently presents This Morning with Philip Schofield? Getting us through on morning TV at the moment, but who with? Question number 2. In the musical Grease, what's the name of the boys' gang? So in the musical Grease, what's the name of the boys' gang? If any of you have seen that in the theatre. Question number 3. Which TV show did the creators of the Book of Mormon also create? Which TV show did the creators of the Book of Mormon also create? So the Book of Mormon, musical in theatres. What TV show did they also create? Question number 4. Who lived in Nelson Mandela House? Who lived in Nelson Mandela House? Thinking about our round name there, that's the clue to help you with that one. Number 5. Which TV chef presents First Dates? Which TV chef presents First Dates? Question number 6. Which is the longest Shakespeare play based on the number of lines? Which is the longest Shakespeare play based on the number of lines? Question number 7. Which Les Miserables character has been played by both Colm Wilkinson and Alfie Boe on the West End? Which Les Miserables character has been played by both Colm Wilkinson and Alfie Boe on the West End? I know there are lots of Les Mis fans out there. Not a fave, personally. Like something a bit more upbeat when I go to the theatre, I have to admit. However, I know that there are lots of big fans out there, so there's a question for you. As I say, for anyone that's not sure on any of these questions, always worth a red-hot guess. Question number 8. Which sharp-tongued quiz show host used to present The Weakest Link? Which sharp-tongued quiz show host used to present The Weakest Link? Question number 9. What is the longest running show on Broadway? What is the longest running show on Broadway? And I am referring to a musical here, a musical. Okay, on to question number 10 for round 1. What was the name of the snooker-themed TV show presented by Jim Davidson in the 1990s? What was the name of the snooker-themed TV show presented by Jim Davidson in the 1990s? And I will leave those questions up just for a little moment before we move on to our final 5 for round 1, just so you can make a quick note or grab a screen cap in case you want to review any of your answers or have a little bit of a further think. But let's move on to question 11. Who wrote the play The Importance of Being Earnest? Who wrote the play The Importance of Being Earnest? Question number 12. How many actors perform in the West End production of The Woman in Black? How many actors perform in the West End production of The Woman in Black? So not the film, but the West End production. How many actors? Question number 13. What is the name of the pub in Emmerdale? What is the name of the pub in Emmerdale? Question number 14. Which TV detective series is set on the fictional Caribbean island of Saint Marie? Which TV detective series is set on the fictional Caribbean island of Saint Marie? And finally, already your final question for the first round tonight is question 15. What do superstitious actors say to wish one another luck before a performance? What do superstitious actors say to wish one another luck before a performance? Commonly in the theatre, but also heard outside of the theatre now as well. And that is the end of round 1, the TV and theatre round. I hope that anyone that decided to play their joker feels it was a good, bold, tactical choice for the first round. Anyone who didn't think so, hard luck, but always next week. Okay, so that is your first round complete. And if you are hearing me a little bit more clearly tonight, that is because if any of you can just see at the bottom here, I do have a new mic, and a big shout out to Washo, my friend, fully supporting the quizzing tonight with a new mic, which was a surprise gift from her. So thank you very much for that. Hoping you can all hear me loud and clear. Anyway, now we move to round 2, which is our music round. So not an audio round tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but around music trivia. So if we have any music aficionados out there, if you would like to play your joker, please do so. Declare it to those around you, to yourself, to whoever may be listening. Question number 1. Who was the lead singer of American rock band Nirvana? Who was the lead singer of American rock band Nirvana? Question number 2. Pete Best was an original member of which group? Pete Best was an original member of which group? Having a sip of wine there. Cheers, everyone. I noticed my bow tie is a little drunk this evening. Oh, well. Question number 3. What genre of music is Stormzy famous for? What genre of music is Stormzy famous for? Question number 4. Who composed Eine kleine Nachtmusik? Who composed Eine kleine Nachtmusik? Okay, question number 5. Which Europop music group sang Barbie Girl? Which Europop music group sang Barbie Girl? A classic, of course. Going around the music genres here. Question number 6. What was the first Spice Girls single that didn't make it to number 1 in the UK, that is? What was the first Spice Girls single that did not make it to number 1? Question number 7. What is the name of Bruce Springsteen's backing band? What is the name of Bruce Springsteen's backing band? Question number 8. Which musical term means gradually getting louder? Which musical term means gradually getting louder? So, any of you musical talents out there, what is that term? How do we say that term when referring to music? Question number 9. Who was the lead singer of Wet, Wet, Wet? Who was the lead singer of Wet, Wet, Wet? And question number 10. Who duetted with Lionel Richie on Endless Love? Who duetted with Lionel Richie on the song Endless Love? All right, there's your first 10 for music. We will move on to our next screen and question number 11. How many tracks were there on Michael Jackson's album Thriller? How many tracks were there on Michael Jackson's album Thriller? Now, if there's any question worth a guess, I reckon this is one of them. Question number 12. Which girl band had members called Esther, Vernie, Louise, and Kelly? Which girl band had members called Esther, Vernie, Louise, and Kelly? And that is how she spells Esther. I checked. Question number 13. Which female recording artist does Emma Thompson quote as teaching your cold-hearted British wife how to feel in Love Actually? Which female recording artist does Emma Thompson quote as teaching your cold-hearted British wife how to feel in Love Actually? Question number 14. How many violinists are in a string quartet? How many violinists are in a string quartet? And finally, for round 2, music round. Question number 15. What was rapper Tupac's surname? What was rapper Tupac's surname? And that, everyone, is your music round for this evening, a non-audio music round. Just to be a little bit controversial, keep things mixed up, that is your round complete. Now again, to vary things each week, we are not having a music round for round 3. We are having at the airport round. Perhaps this reflects the fact that I've been thinking about traveling and that we can't do that at the moment, but I will take you around the world in this quiz. So as I said, you will hear 15 IATA, I presume it's that, not IATA 3-letter airport codes. What I would like you to identify to score points in this round is the city that that airport is situated in. So identify the city that that airport is situated in, or the name of the airport. Sometimes they are the same thing, sometimes not. So you will see as we get going what I mean. Okay, straight away from the first one, I'm sure. So the first one is question 1. LHR. Which city and which airport is that? Which city and which airport is that? So we know some cities have more than one airport. So in that instance, I would like you to identify. If anyone would like to play their joker, my bad there, I didn't remind you, but we've only had the first question. So if anyone would like to play their joker, please do so now. Question number 2. BCN. Where is BCN? Question number 3. Where is LAX? Where is LAX? Which airport? Question number 4. HEL. Which airport's code is HEL? Question number 5. BOM. Which airport has the code BOM? Question number 6. JNB. JNB. Which airport has that as its code? Question number 7. BER. BER. Question number 8. CDG. Which airport has the code CDG? Question number 9. LTN. Which airport is LTN. Question number 10. SFO. Which airport has the code SFO? Question number 11. EDI. EDI. That is the three-letter code for which airport around the world? Question number 12. DBX. Which airport is DBX? Question number 13. FCO. FCO. Which airport is that? Question number 14. EWR. Which airport is EWR? And finally, your final airport for this evening, question number 15 is BHX. Which airport is BHX? Now that is your round complete. I'm not going to step back through all of the slides, but I will just do a quick recap from top to bottom, questions 1 to 15. I will reread the three-letter codes very quickly. So number 1, LHR. Number 2, BCN. Number 3, LAX. Number 4, HEL. Number 5, BOM. Number 6, JNB. Number 7, BER. Number 8, CDG. Number 9, LTN. Number 10, SFO. Number 11, EDI. Number 12, DBX. Number 13, FCO. Number 14, EWR. And number 15, BHX. And that is the end of your third round, ladies and gentlemen. As always, we will now have a 5-minute break, allowing you to top up your glasses, pop up the nibbles, just check through your answers for the first 3 rounds and check that you are happy. And then we will come back and we will go through all of the answers together. Okay, look forward to seeing you in 5 minutes. See you then, everyone. Okay, and here we are back for our second half. I hope you've had a sufficient little break there, topped up your glasses, checked over your answers. This is the important part now. Let's check, see how you have done. Okay, so jumping back to round one, which was a TV and theatre round. Okay, so what were our answers for round one? So question number one was Holly Willoughby presents This Morning with Philip Schofield at the moment. Holly Willoughby is the co-presenter with Philip Schofield on This Morning. Question number two, in the musical Grease, the boys' gang is the T-Birds. It is the T-Birds. Okay, question number three, which TV show did the creators of the Book of Mormon also create? They were the South Park creators, the South Park creators. Question number four, who lived in Nelson Mandela House? That was the Trotters, or I will accept Del Boy and Rodney. I'll accept Only Fools and Horses, that's fine. So it's the Trotter family from Only Fools and Horses is the key there. So question number five, which TV chef presents First Dates? That is Fred Syrier, or Syriax, I think it's pronounced over here. I have checked with some French friends and they don't know how to pronounce it either. So anyway, as long as you put something that resembles that, you can have the point. Question number six, which Shakespeare play based on the number of lines is the longest? Hamlet, with over 4,000 lines. Extra bit of trivia there for you. Question number seven, the Les Mis character that's been played by Alfie Boe and Colin Wilkinson is Jean Valjean. There we go. So that's your answer for number seven. Number eight, the quiz show host for The Weakest Link was Anne Robinson. Anne Robinson. Question number nine, the longest running show on Broadway. Phantom. Phantom of the Opera is the longest running musical on Broadway. The name of the snooker-themed TV show on in the 90s was Big Break. That was the one presented by Jim Davidson. Number 10, that was number 10. Number 11, who wrote the play The Importance of Being Earnest? That was Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde. Number 12, how many actors perform in the West End production of The Women in Black? There are two actors. It is a double-hander. If anyone said three, because there is perhaps a mysterious third actress, you can have the point if you said that and that was your reasoning. But the answer and number of actors, speaking parts, is two. 13, what's the name of the pub in Emmerdale? That is the Woolpack. Which TV detective series is set on Saint Marie? That is Death in Paradise. And finally, what superstitious thing do actors say to one another to wish them luck? Break a leg. Okay, that is round one. Round two, moving on to music. Was the lead singer of Nirvana? That was Kurt Cobain. Number two, Pete Best was an original member of the Beatles. What genre of music is Stormzy famous for? It is grime music, grime music. Who composed Eine kleine Nachtmusik? That was Mozart. Mozart. Number five, which Europop group sang Barbie Girl? That was Aqua. Aqua. Number six, what was the first Spice Girls single that didn't make it to number one? They were robbed on this one, I think. It was Stop, and he made it to number two. Number seven, what was the name of Bruce Springsteen's band? That was the E Street Band. E Street Band. Number eight, which musical term means gradually getting louder? That is a crescendo, a crescendo. The lead singer of Wet, Wet, Wet for number nine, Marty Pello. Who duetted with Lionel Richie on Endless Love? That was Diana Ross. It was done again by Luther Vandross and Mariah Carey, but Diana Ross did the original with Lionel Richie. Number 11, how many tracks were there on the Michael Jackson album Thriller? There were only 9 tracks on that album, fewer than I thought that there would be, but there were 9. 12, the girl band who had members Esther, Vernie, Louise and Kelly. That was Eternal. 13, which recording artist does Emma Thompson quote as teaching your cold-hearted British wife how to feel in the film Love Actually? Was Joni Mitchell. Number 14, how many violinists are in a string quartet? 2. two violinists, a viola player, and a cellist. And finally, 15, what was rapper Tupac's surname? Shakur. Tupac Shakur. Okay, now to round 3, where we were at the airport. So, how did you get on with this? So, number 1, LHR. That is London Heathrow. London Heathrow. Number 2, BCN is Barcelona. Barcelona. Number 3, LAX. Los Angeles. Number 4, HEL. Helsinki. Number 5, BOM is Mumbai, obviously previously named after when the city was Bombay, but the correct answer there is Mumbai. Going to be stricties on that one. Have to put Mumbai. Number 6, JNB, Johannesburg, Johannesburg. Number 7, BER, Berlin, Berlin. Number 8, CDG is Paris because it is Charles de Gaulle Airport. Excuse me, just going to take a quick drink. Number 9 is LTN, Luton, Luton Airport. Number 10, SFO is San Francisco. Number 11, EDI is Edinburgh. Number 12, DBX is Dubai. Number 13, FCO, bit of a toughie this one, that is Rome because it is the Fiumicino Airport, FCO. Number 14, EWR is Newark, New York, Newark, New York. And finally, BHX. I mean, I had to. We haven't had any reference yet to my hometown. That was Birmingham. Birmingham is BHX. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. All right, so now we are moving to our 4th round, which is potluck. If anyone would like to play their round or their joker on this round, please do so, declare it. As I say, potluck is just random trivia that goes around my head. Okay, so question number 1. Which wood is traditionally used to make cricket bats? Which wood is traditionally used to make cricket bats? Question number 2. What is the predominant botanical in gin? What is the predominant botanical in gin? Question number 3. Who wrote War and Peace? Who wrote War and Peace? Question number 4. What date is St. George's Day? What date is St. George's Day? Question number 5. Who interviewed Lance Armstrong in the famous 2013 interview where he confessed to cheating? Who interviewed Lance Armstrong in the famous 2013 interview where he confessed to cheating? Question number 6. In Disney's The Lion King, Banzai, Shenzi, and Ed are what type of creature? In Disney's The Lion King, Banzai, Shenzi, and Ed are what type of creature? Question number 7. What does the J stand for in J.K. Rowling? What does the J stand for in J.K. Rowling? Excuse me. Question number 8. What is the capital of Venezuela? What is the capital of Venezuela? Question number 9. In the Bible, who denied Jesus 3 times? In the Bible, who denied Jesus 3 times? Question number 10. What is the name of Microsoft's search engine? So this is their current search engine. They've had a few different ones, but their current search engine. What is the name of Microsoft's search engine? So that's the end of the first slide there. I have been dutifully informed by my quizzing friends. I apologise, there was an error on the airport round. I got a bit cross-eyed and said DBX for Dubai and it should have been DXB. I hope that hasn't caused too much confusion or too many arguments in the living rooms tonight. I hope you still all got a point for that. And you were with me and you were also cross-eyed. So I apologise for the errors. Please don't write in. Question number 11. What was the chemical, or what is the chemical symbol for mercury? What is the chemical symbol for mercury? Question number 12. According to their theme tune, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? According to their theme tune, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Question number 13. What is the last letter of the Greek alphabet? What is the last letter of the Greek alphabet? Question number 14. What is the equivalent of 0 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit? What is the equivalent of 0 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit? And finally, question number 15 in your potluck round. What is the outermost atmosphere of the sun called? What is the outermost atmosphere of the sun called? And that is the end of your potluck round, everybody. I hope everyone has come back strong after the break. We are now going to move from random potluck to a more specific round this evening, specifically the human body. So for round 5, those of you who still have your jokers left, would anyone like to play on this penultimate round their joker for the human body? If so, let us know. Question number 1. What organ does the adjective pulmonary refer to? What organ does the adjective pulmonary refer to? Question number 2. Where in the body do you find the metatarsal bones? Where in the body do you find the metatarsal bones? Question number 3. What is the medical term for the kneecap? What is the medical term for the kneecap? Question number 4. What do you suffer from if you have myopia? What do you suffer from if you have myopia? Question number 5. Approximately how many times a day do you blink on average? So we've got some choices here. Is it A, 10,000, B, 15,000, or C, 20,000? How many times a day do you blink on average approximately? A, 10,000, B, 15,000, or C, 20,000 times? Question number 6. Which supermodel had the nickname The Body? Which supermodel had the nickname The Body? Question number 7. What is the largest organ in the human body? What is the largest organ in the human body? Question number 8. How many bones are there in the adult human skeleton? How many bones are there in the adult human skeleton? Question number 9. To which part of the body does the French word la cuisse refer? To which part of the body does the French word la cuisse refer? Question number 10. Blushing is caused by a rush of which hormone? Blushing is caused by a rush of which hormone? Question number 11. Which system in the body could be described as a network of tissues and organs that help rid the body of toxins, waste, and other unwanted materials? Which system in the body could be described as a network of tissues and organs that help rid the body of toxins, waste, and other unwanted materials? Question number 12. Where in the body would you find rods and cones? Where in the body would you find rods and cones? Question number 13. Which vitamin helps regulate the amount of calcium and phosphate in the body? Which vitamin helps regulate the amount of calcium and phosphate in the body? Question number 14. What is another name for the disease known as varicella? What is another name for the disease known as varicella? So the common name for varicella. And finally, your last question in round 5 on the human body. Seborrheic dermatitis is more commonly called what? Seborrheic dermatitis is more commonly called what? I hope I pronounced that correctly, but it's on screen for the spelling if I did not. And that is the end of your round 5. Now I am just going to pop a little bit of light on the subject here because the sun has gone down. So light is on as we move to our final round of the evening, which is going to be our dingbats round. So this is our picture round. So as I said at the start of this evening, dingbats are a little bit like catchphrase. So you're going to see a visual clue and you have to say what phrase, catchphrase, expression that visual clue represents. So as promised, I have a little bit of an example for you here. So here in the white box, this is our example. So you'll see there is a word or some letters on screen, and that is a clue to an expression. So the answer to this one would be within reason, because we can see we have the word with inside the word reason. Okay, so you've got to think a little bit laterally with these. What is it they say on catchphrase? Say what you see. Okay, so we're going to have 3 screens here. We will have 5 dingbats on each screen. I will give you 3 minutes for each screen. I'm not going to have a countdown on screen because I thought it might be a little bit distracting and pressure fueling for this round, but I will set a timer, and with 30 seconds to go, I will reappear in the corner and I will let you know that you've got 30 seconds before we move on to the next set of 5, okay? We will not be returning to the previous 5. So if you want to grab a screenshot, or you want to take a photo, if you want to keep thinking, please remember to do that before we move on. Okay, without further ado, here is your first 5 dingbats. Okay, just 30 more seconds to go there, everyone. 30 more seconds and we'll move on. Okay, so now for your second lot of 5 dingbats. Okay, your last 30 seconds on these, and then we'll have our final 3 minutes for the final 5. Okie doke, and your final 5 dingbats for tonight. All right, and your final 30 seconds here, ladies and gentlemen, for your dingbat round. And then we will do our answers for this evening. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, everyone, that is your round complete. We are complete for this pub quizzle this evening. I hope you were challenged by some of those dingbats, but I hope you got lots of them as well. So as I always say, quizzing bragging rights are what is at stake tonight. So having a look at your first round, where do you think you're going to end up? Where were you last week? And we will now look at our answers for the final 3 rounds. If everyone is ready, okie doke. So back to round 4, which was, as always, our potluck round. So question number 1 was, which wood is traditionally used to make cricket bats? That is, of course, willow. Number 2, what is the predominant botanical in gin? That is juniper. Number 3, who wrote War and Peace? Leo Tolstoy. Number 4, what date is St. George's Day? Everyone knows Patrick and David probably and Andrew, but St. George's is the 23rd of April. Also the day that Shakespeare is reported to have been born and also died. Very English day. Number 5, who interviewed Lance Armstrong in the interview where he confessed to his cheating? It was Oprah Winfrey. Number 6, Banzai, Shenzi and Ed are all hyenas in The Lion King. Number 7, what does the J in J.K. Rowling stand for? It is Joanne. Number 8, what's the capital of Venezuela? That is Caracas. Caracas is the capital of Venezuela. Number 9, in the Bible, who denied Jesus 3 times? That was Peter. Number 10, Microsoft search engine. We all know Google, but Microsoft search engine is called Bing. Let's Bing it. Okay, the chemical symbol for mercury is Hg for number 11, Hg. Number 12, according to the theme tune, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? That is SpongeBob SquarePants. Number 13, what is the last letter of the Greek alphabet? Omega is the last letter. Number 14, what's the equivalent of 0 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit? 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And finally, number 15, the outermost atmosphere of the sun is called the corona. Can't imagine why that was running around my brain this week. No, okay, round number 5. Number 1, what organ does the adjective pulmonary refer to? That's the lungs. Where in the body do you find the metatarsals? The foot or the feet? Number 3, the medical term for the kneecap is the patella. Number 4, if you have myopia, you are short-sighted or you suffer from short-sightedness. Number 5, how many times do you blink? It is 20,000 times approximately, so the answer was C, 20,000. Which supermodel had the nickname The Body? That was Elle Macpherson. What's the largest organ in the adult human body? That is the skin. The skin is defined as the largest organ in the human body. How many bones are there in the human skeleton? The adult human skeleton? There's 206. 206 bones in the adult human skeleton. Number 9, to which part of the body does la cuisse refer in French? It is the thigh. So when you order cuisse de grenouille in France, you're actually ordering frog's thighs. Number 10, blushing is caused by a rush of adrenaline. Number 11, which system in the body could be described as a network of tissues and organs that help rid the body of toxins, waste, and other unwanted materials? It is the lymphatic system, the drainage system of the body. Number 12, where in the body would you find rods and cones? In the eyes. Number 13, which vitamin helps to regulate the amount of calcium and phosphate in the body? Vitamin D. Number 14, what's the other name for the disease known as varicella? That is chicken pox. It is the other name for chicken pox. And finally, seborrheic dermatitis is commonly known as dandruff. Commonly known as dandruff. Okie doke. So they were your human body answers. So now moving to our dingbats round. So let's have a look. So I brought them back up as well as a reminder. So number 1 was quite right. Number 2 was bags under the eyes. Bags under the eyes. Number 3, man in the moon. Man in the moon. Number 4, wish upon a star. Wish upon a star. Okay, number 5, love at first sight. That was love at first sight. All right, moving to our next 5 then. So we have too little, too late. Too little, too late. Number 7, go for broke. So that is the number 4 in Roman numerals there, which is broken. So go for broke. Number 8, the writings on the wall. The writings on the wall. Number 9, made in Great Britain. Number 10, 3 men in a boat. The symbol, the male symbol there, and then QE2. Okay, and your final 5 dingbats where things maybe got a little bit more difficult. Number 11, okay by me. Okay by me. Number 12, what was this one? It's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. Number 13, the root of all evil. Number 14, kiss and make up. Kiss and make up. And finally, your final answer for this evening, number 15, was right between the eyes. Right between the eyes. So, how did you all get on? Tot up your answers, and as always, have a look at your table here. Where did you fall? Are you a quizzing titan this week? Perhaps you've leveled up and you're now a quizzing buff from a quizzing imp. Wherever you come, bit of fun, bit of quizzing fun tonight. I hope you have had a good time. I hope you've enjoyed quizzing with me tonight. I hope there's been some questions that have challenged, but many that have just been lots of fun to play. As always, let me know on Instagram or on Twitter how you've done. If you're proud, whack down your hashtag, especially if you are leveling up. I'd love to hear from you. It's at AliBon on Twitter and at AliBon on Instagram too. Thanks to you all for playing again this evening. It has been my quizzing pleasure. For those of you that are going to watch the quiz on TV now, enjoy, and I will see you next week. Thanks everyone. Stay safe and see you soon. Bye.